It's a little late because this all happened in September. But I wanted to show you anyways. So here is the book haul from September. Hello, welcome back to our channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Kelly Lynn Colby. I'm the editorial director at Cursed Dragon Ship Publishing. I'm also a freelance editor, a writer, and a reader. And if you have been keeping up on my TBR game videos, I was punished a couple months ago because I went shopping and I never showed you what I bought. So, first of all, I might have a problem. Second of all, this is why the game is changing for next year because it isn't working. It's not working. So I need to change something for next year. My TBR pile was supposed to go down, but it has gone up. So I'm definitely going to modify the rules so that this doesn't keep happening, theoretically. And I can be good for months, and then one thing happens, and then I lose it. And that's what happened this time, because my amazing friend Anne Rose had this book come out. It's the Excellent Chance to Fall in Love. Look, it's so pretty. I love that cover. Now, this book is a romance. It's a sapphic romance between a woman who is stuck in a Halloween store. And she only exists when that store does. So she pops up, boom, here's the Halloween store. There she is. The Halloween store goes away, so does she. And so does the memory of her existence. So it sounds really, really cool and really, really lonely. And she meets a new teacher in town, and we get to see what happens. And so I went to this launch in September, went to go see her. She had a signing at Barnes & Noble. You would have seen that on my bookish weekend, right? I would say this one's fine. I would say this one's legal. Like, this doesn't count. But the problem is, it's like having that one, I'm just going to have one bite of that cake. While I was there, I went ahead and also bought Slow AF Run Club by Martinus Evans. This is one of the books I need to read for the Pop Sugar 2025, but for me, it's starting in the fall of 2025, going till 2026, the fall. And I needed it. So maybe this one's okay too, right? Because I needed that as I hit my speaker. Oh, I also needed The Stonewall Reader by, I think this is a anthology, right? Yeah, edited by the New York Public Library. And so this is all about LGBTQIA plus rights. And let's see. And this is, it was written on the 50th anniversary of the Stonewall Uprising. So I'm very excited about learning about that. And I need this one because reader is part of my quote for Hurkit. So I have this. Plus, I'm curious about that one. And I also needed Dies. All the books I have, I didn't have Dies in any of these books. So Dies, Olga Dies Dreaming by Swoxitl Gonzalez. And so this one's cool. This one's like her brother is a senator and she works for the government to some capacity. I don't remember what it is. I don't remember what it's about exactly, but it is Hispanic heritage, so there'll be a lot that I learned through that, and I get Dies for my coat. So, I mean, that doesn't count, right? Except I've been dying for The Raven Scholar. I wanted to read it so bad. I had it from the library. I didn't quite get to it. And there was a hold, like other people were waiting for it. And I can keep library books for a couple months. It doesn't bother me unless someone else wants it. And then I feel really guilty. So I returned it and I just went and bought it. Now, have I read it yet? No. But I want to really badly. So, but I'm just dying. I'm going to film this later. I'm going to read this right now. I want to read it. Anyways, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So that one definitely broke the rules, 100%. And I was like, well, I've broken the rules now. What do I do? I was like, no, I'm still going to be good. It's fine. And I went to book club. So again, that was in my bookish weekend video, went to book club. And also, if you hear some chomping, that's the puppy below me chewing on her bone like a very good girl. And so went to Copperfields, where our Reality Bites book club is held, where we only read fantasy, sci-fi, and horror, which if you want to join, you're anywhere in the Houston area, please come see us. We meet second Sundays at 3 p.m. But our next book, so this would be the book for, what did we just discuss? Yeah, November, was Something Wicked This Way Comes. No, it was October. It's October's book. Yeah, so I bought it in September. So Something Wicked This Way Comes by Ray Bradbury. And as you can see, I have read it because, that month is already gone, and I'm really good about reading the book club books. Yeah, so this one's okay. This one's also legal. I'm allowed to buy it, but I'd already kind of broke the rules. So I went a little crazy, and I was like, ooh, what should I buy? And I've always been curious about Lonesome Dove by Larry McMurtry, and this is one of Jessica Rainey's favorite books of all time. Of course it is. Thanks, Jessica Rainey. It's not little. It's not... The words are little. It's not little. So, but I bought it because I want to read it. And I bought Emergency Contact by Mary H.K. Choi. This is a YA about it might be more new adults. I believe they're college students or between high school and college, that age. And they meet and then they part and then they form a relationship, long distance one through text. That's about all I know, but it was so pretty. And this was a used copy, so it wasn't expensive. And I was like, I want it. So I got that one. And then this one, The Magician of Tiger Castle by Louis Sachar. It's the same author who wrote Holes, but I haven't read Holes. That's not why I bought it. I bought it because Penguin talked about it at the... at Dragon Con on their panel. And I was like, I'm really curious now. And they had it. And it's an indie business. So I bought it. And Julie Clark has The Ghost Rider. This looks so cool. And it's got the cool sprayed edges, which I'm not always about because I don't keep my books. But they're still cool. So I bought that one. And that one's about a writer. So I like books about writers. Brandon Sanderson Skyward. This is his YA sci-fi series. I've only read the Mistborn trilogy, the first 3 from Brandon Sanderson. That's all I've read. I've really, really been curious about this, so I bought it. And finally, a book I'd never seen before, Theft by Abdul Razak Gurna. This one, it takes place in Ghana. Tanzania. So this is in Tanzania, and I was curious. And it's a new release, and it's not that big. So it balances out the Lonesome Dove epic. So I bought that. And at this point, I was totally off the hook anyway, so might as well just dive in. I had to return, Raven Scholar, like a nice, responsible human being. So I returned Raven Scholar and decided while I'm there, I might as well hit the bookstore. So I did. Bought a few books. It had been a while, and they had some good ones. So I bought The Lost Bookshop by Evie Woods. I don't remember what it's about. I just know I've heard a bunch about it. And it said, on a quiet street in Dublin, a lost bookshop is waiting to be found. I was like, thank you, I'll take it. It's mine now. Mine. Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. Yeah, Maniscalco. I've heard so many things about this book, and I've been wanting it for a really, really long time, and they had it. So I was like, yes, please. Look, it's really hard to say no when the books are like $1. The September House by Carissa Orlando. This is, a creepy horror one. A woman is determined to stay in her dream home even after it becomes a haunted nightmare in this compulsively readable, twisty, and layered debut novel. And tons of people were talking about it this Halloween, and I was like, mine. And I need an Australian author for Here Kid. I didn't have one. And it turns out Leanne Moriarty, Australian author. Ha-ha, look at that. So I can get that continent. So 9 Perfect Strangers, I've heard a bunch about this one. This one more than any other of hers, at least I have heard about. I'm not sure what it's about, but these are like, thriller mysteries, so I'd rather not know. The as little clues as I can possibly get means the more that I will enjoy it, because for these kind of books, I need to discover them as I go. And the more things you tell me, the less I get to discover, the less fun I have. So I know nothing about it. And I mean, if you're going to get one, you might as well get two. And I got Apples Never Fall. Okay. Also, I got The 13th Tale by Diane Setterfield. This one has been making the rounds again on BookTube. Everyone has not liked it. This has been mixed reviews, but I'm so curious. And it's one of those, an author or a famous person, I don't remember if she's an author, gets another author to come out and tell her life story. So it looks really fascinating, and I want to read it. And there's something about that cover that's just very compelling. Now, I only saw one review of this, and it wasn't glowing, but, I mean, it was $2. So I'm going to try it. It was Tom Hanks, The Making of Another Major Motion Picture Masterpiece. And this is a fiction novel. And if anyone knows anything about a major motion picture masterpiece, it's Tom Hanks. They also had The Jasmine Throne by Tasha Suri. I've not read this series yet, and it is YA fantasy. Again, that's about all I know, and that's all I need to know. What's it say? A ruthless princess seeking to steal a throne, a powerful priestess seeking to save her family. Together, they will set an empire ablaze. Interesting. I wonder if it's sapphic. No idea. But excited for that one, too. And they have a new book section, so these books are like $6, but, I mean, they had Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. Yes, please, sign me up. The spine's a little worse for wear, but again, I'm going to read it and donate it anyway, so I will take it. And this I'd never heard of, even though Emily Rath, very famous author. However, I'd never heard of North is the Night, and I think it is a fairy tale retelling. So we'll see. It says, men have long been the heroes of our tales. Show the people what we women can do to fight for those we love. Go north. Find a name, very long one that starts with a V, if you can. Save Ina, then return to us. We need you. Oh, I got it. Men have long been the heroes of our tales. So this one, the women get to be the heroes. Well, yeah, that's what happens in fairy tales, right? Women get to be the heroes. I mean, at this point, I'd already... What are rules? So I stopped by Goodwill on my way home from the library, and I almost didn't get anything. I was like, you know what? I'm good. I have lots and lots of books. I really don't need any. But then I saw King's Cage and Glass Sword. So this is book 2 and book 3. I don't know which one's which, but one of these is 2, one of these is 3. I already have book 4, which is War Storm by Victoria Aveyard. And Red Queen, I am reading for one of the challenges. I don't remember which one. It might be Pop Sugar this year. Well, Pop Sugar's year. Fall to end of summer year. And I was like, these are, what are they? $3. Hardbacks, $3 each. What if I love it? Then I already have book 2 and 3. And if I don't, then I guess somebody's going to be really lucky at a little free library. This is how people with addictions rationalize things. So while I was there, okay, I'm not going to lie. I bought this, The Importance of Being Ernestine. I thought it said The Importance of Being Earnest, and I was like, that's by a woman? I don't remember that. It says an Ellie Haskell mystery, so this is not a book 1, but it's thin, and it looks kind of cute. So I'm like, I'll try it. What's the worst thing that happens? It goes to a little free library? And books that came out when I was younger that I'm catching up on, I never got to read. This is Divine Secrets of the Ya-Ya Sisterhood by Rebecca Wells. I never saw that movie either. Well, we'll see. I do like my nonfiction, and I found The Elephant Whisperer, My Life with the Herd in the African Wild. And A Very Large Expanse of Sea by Tahereh Mafi. This is the one that this author wrote Shatter Me series that is hugely popular, that so many people read during their teenage years, but they were teenagers when I was, already a mom. Not with teenagers, but pretty close. So yeah. And this one is a contemporary. I'm like, well, that sounds curious to me. Let me try it. Since YA for me is iffy. This is YA, but contemporary. So we'll see. And finally, I've been wanting to read an Isabel Allende book. And they had this one, Daughter of Fortune. And it looked pretty cool. I'm like, I mean, for $3. And this was... It's translated. I already have a translated Spanish one, though, so it won't count for Hurricane. Is a sweeping portrait of an era, a story rich in character, history, violence, and compassion. In Eliza, Allende has created one of her most appealing heroines, an adventurous, independent-minded, and highly unconventional young woman who has the courage to reinvent herself and to create her own destiny in a new country. Let's see. It looks like she is raised in British Columbia, Valparaiso, Chile, by the well-intentioned Victorian spinster Miss Rose. Very cool. And then she moves to California. So we've got another immigrant story translated from Spanish. I love it. I love it. And I have not read one by Isabel Allende. So I look forward to exploring her prose. That's it. That's not so bad. I've done worse. But I need accountability, which is what this is. So here's the accountability so I can visit again in like a year and see how many of these books I actually read. That will be a whole nother thing. I haven't even done that yet. Stay tuned. The beginning of the year, I've got some planned. So we can look back and see if my indulgence in buying the books actually equals reading them. We shall find out. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had fun. And have you read any of these? Do I need to like move them to the top of the list? I already read one. Yay, Something Wicked This Way Comes. But only one. So I need to get to reading. But let me know what you think. Tell me how amazing these things are. And keep reading.